Well, good afternoon, magandang hapon. Welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. It's a rainy day today. It's a very rainy day. I just took an opportunity in the middle of the lull of the rain to come out here and dump some stuff in my compost bin. You see this compost bin back here. It's just a little mini bin that I always put if I have any type of vegetable or any yard waste, I put it all inside here. It breaks down after a while and makes fertilizer for the garden. Everybody's always asking about how do I get everything so green, and this is one of the ways that I do that. Anyway, today isn't about compost. Today is going to be an inside the house because it's a rainy day today, and I thought to myself, what a great opportunity to talk about how to make one of the best type of health juices for you that will keep your heart very healthy, and it comes from the backyard. So let's go ahead and talk about that today. Now, without further delay, let's get today's episode underway. Well, as you can probably see, the rain is just dripping down inside the yard right now. Our bananas are doing really good here. Look at the Cavendish bananas here on our plant right next to the Bahikubo back here. Well, we're going to go back inside the house, and inside the house is where we are going to end up today's episode. It has to do something with a very good healthy fruit that's really good for your heart. It's mainly known for your heart. It's a great, what they call an antioxidant. Here, before we do go inside, what I want to do, let's go over, we have to pick some of the fruits that we're talking about right now. Now, this is our mango tree right here, but back here beyond our mango tree, as many of you have seen back here, near our Jurassic lemons, which we just picked a couple of those the other day, just in front of it is our pomegranate tree. So I got my bowl here that I actually just used for mixing up something. When Ness told me, she said, you should share this with your friends. She calls you all my friends because you are my friends. All my friends here on YouTube. So anyway, we're going to pick some pomegranate, and you probably are saying to yourself, is that really a pomegranate, James? Because normally it's kind of a reddish purplish color. Well, there's a couple of varieties, and there might be more, but the ones that I'm more familiar with is the other kind, which is the one that you get like a reddish purplish color juice from if you ever get pomegranate juice from the store. And this one right here, and this is the white. This is called a white, even though it's yellow. You'll see why it's called white in just a moment. Let's see what are the larger ones we have here. Oh, we got some larger ones up here. Let's go ahead and pick these. Got a couple of them here. We're gonna put them in here. And I think this one's okay. I think we can go ahead and pick this one as well. I'm gonna pick a bunch of them. And this one's still, I think it's okay. I think we're going to pick this one too. Let's go ahead and pick this one here. And we're going to make some pomegranate juice. Now these are what I call the white pomegranate. And even though it's kind of yellow on the outside, inside it's more of a white color. And the seed that you get is a white color seed. Let's go ahead and bring this inside the house. And let me show you how I make pomegranate juice. It's good for the heart. All right, well, here we are inside the house, and I'm going to show you how I cut the pomegranate and I prepare it for making pomegranate juice. So anyway, there's several different ways that you can cut your pomegranate. The way I do it, I actually score it from the center, and what you're trying to do is make sure that you don't damage the actual seeds that are on the inside, because the seeds are encased in a little bag, and the bag is what has all the good juice on the inside. So I kind of score it around like this. Try to make it as round as possible. I kind of went off a little bit. And what I do is I will separate it. And this kind of exposes the pomegranate on the inside. I always keep a bowl right next to it. Take some of the pomegranate out. But what I normally do is I actually score it again. So that I can break it into pretty much quarters. The whole pomegranate I'll break into quarters, and then I will slowly get it out. Now some people they take a spoon and they do these kind of things to knock out the pomegranate, and you could do that, that's fine. But I find it's just as easy to go ahead and just get the pomegranate to pop out just like that. And what you're trying to do, you see these little seeds inside here. There's a hard seed in the center, and on the outside there is juice. The case or little pod that has a seed in it has all the juice in it. So that's what we're doing right now. We're getting this out. Now it doesn't hurt if you get little pieces of this outside inside here, because we're going to clean this up in just a little bit. Now Mother Nature is quite an amazing thing. You can see that the way these were made, these little honeycomb areas inside here, you can see it's like a little honey, and each one of these little pods are protected to keep them from breaking inside and maturing. So that's an incredible thing, and that's the reason why you don't cut the outside too deep, because you don't want to break these little pods that are inside that hold on to all of the juice around the seed. So you just want to be careful when you're getting all of these out that you don't break them, because we're going to break them, but not right now. Now you might ask yourself, how many seeds are there in a pomegranate? Well, the average pomegranate will yield somewhere between about 200, maybe about 1,400 seeds on the inside. But there is a belief, and it's a belief by the Jewish people under Judaism, that there is said to be 613 seeds in every pomegranate. And it has to do with the Bible 613 commandments that the Jewish people believe in. And that's okay. Maybe it is. Who knows? But I think the official number is somewhere between 200 and 1,400. And that's a lot. That's a lot of seeds. Now, I'm on the last pomegranate here, and as I'm collecting all of the little pods that are inside here, something I want to talk about is the health benefits. You know, pomegranates, they actually have about, I'm going to say, one of the highest levels of antioxidants than most other juices that you'll find from fruits. And they actually have 3 times more antioxidants than you'll find in red wine and even green tea, who are known for their level of antioxidants. Again, we talked about how that is so good for your heart. Also, vitamin C inside the pomegranate. Vitamin C, the juice has 40% of your daily recommended. One of these from a single pomegranate has 40% of your daily recommended requirement, vitamin C. Now, there has also been some studies done that say that pomegranate is very good for you to help fight with different types of cancer, specifically prostate cancer. And it also helps with memory. It is the antioxidants, as we all know already, they help in a high concentration, to help with Alzheimer's disease and help protect memory. And I got to tell you, I think I need as much of this as possible, because it just seems like I'm not remembering nearly as well as I get older. And it has many other types of medicinal or health factors that can help you out, especially with the digestive system. It's supposed to be very good for your digestion. Right, now that I have all of this, and I didn't even remember how many pomegranates we picked from the tree today. I think around 5. 1, 2, 3, somewhere around 5. I would have to go back to the beginning of today's episode to look and see how many we picked. But you could see how many of the little pods, the seedling pods we have inside here. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some water inside here. And when I put the water inside here, the purpose of that is to clean it a little bit, but also you see all these little pieces like this that were on the protective honeycomb that was inside there. It will help that come to the top. And then we're going to use a little strainer or skimmer to pull off all of those pieces. So let's go ahead and put some water on here. Next thing we're going to do, all those little pieces that are on the top, try to knock down any of the floating pods that are inside there. So they drop to the bottom and all the lighter stuff will come to the top, which is the things that we want to get rid of. So we're going to skim off all of these little things like this right here and get rid of that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second washing. I'm going to bring it over to the sink, dump this water out, put some more water, but you can see where we are right now. And we got most of the foreign matter out of there. I'll do that once or twice more and then we'll go to the next step. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get all of the water off of the pods. And I'm using just this regular strainer. This is what my wife uses actually to cook. I think she does some deep frying with this, but any type of a strainer that you have will be just fine. And try to get most of the water out, and then we'll go to the next step. So here we go. Here is the pods of the pomegranate that we are going to turn into a really good drink. And the way that I find is the easiest for me, as there are multiple ways of doing it, but for me, again, this is the easiest because on the inside of each one of these things is a seed, a pit. So, I mean, you could eat them. And then inside is going to be this really hard seed inside there. Now, you could swallow these and digest it, and there's no evidence that it's going to cause any problem. But I don't like chewing. I'm afraid of biting down on these things and breaking a tooth because they're very hard. These are very hard pits right here. Now, these are also good if you wanted to take these and in the evening time, sit down while you're watching television or reading a book. You could eat these as a snack, one at a time like that, or you can eat a mouthful and then just dispose of this or swallow the pit. Again, it won't hurt you, but I don't like doing that. I like having pure juice. So let's go ahead and make some juice. So I have my blender and we're going to take just a little bit at a time. We're going to do maybe about this much right here. One scoop like this at a time. Maybe just a little bit more than that. And what we're going to do, we're going to pulse it just a few times. Pulse it to break off the juice around the pods, around the seed, but not granulate, not grind the seed itself. We don't want that inside our pure juice mixture. So let's go ahead and move over to the blender and we'll do that for all of this right here. So we are going to put this on pulse, just pulse it on and off several times to allow it to break the juice pod away from the seed. So let's go ahead and do that. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here and put our pulsated blender mix into the strainer. And we're going to try to let it drain into our pan. And then we'll continue this with the next batch in just a minute. But before we do that, and you can see we already have a nice mixture already inside here of the pomegranate white juice. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take a spoon like this one right here. And with the spoon, we're going to continue to remove some of the juice that's around. So we'll continue to do that. Now we'll do the same thing for the remainder we have left of the I think it was 5 pomegranates. And we'll finish this up and see how much juice that we were able to pull out of those two. Now remember, this is pure juice. This is no water added, nothing else. This is just the juice that comes from these small seeds, these pods inside the pomegranate. And then finally, I do one last strain of everything that we collected inside here to make sure we don't have any foreign objects inside there. Okay. And from 5 pomegranates, this is how much that we have right here. Let's try measuring this inside a measuring bowl, see how much we have. I couldn't find anything to do any real measuring, but I have a 1 cup measuring right here. So what I'll do is I'll try to kind of get an estimate on how much that we have inside here. Hopefully I don't spill I don't want to spill any, so there's 1 cup. So 1 3/4 cup, not quite 2 cups, but this is pure pomegranate. And I'm going to look up to see what pomegranate actually sells for. So this is how much we got just from those 5. Now, I would love to have a lot of this, but this is definitely enough for a couple of mornings for a small juice glass full of pure pomegranate. Now, what you can also do if you want to, you can experiment. It depends on your taste. What I also like doing with the pomegranate, I also like making a mixture of pomegranate and calamansi juice. You can mix the 2 of those together and you make a very nice breakfast beverage, or a beverage that you can drink anytime during the day. And remember, it's very healthy. So let me get some ice in a glass and let's see how this tastes here. Anyway, I had some of this already this morning, and I gotta tell you, it's probably my favorite juice out of all juices. Now, you notice it doesn't have that dark reddish purple color. Again, this is the white pomegranate, and there's some benefits to the white pomegranate. They both have the same, from what I know, the same antioxidant characteristics on the inside to help you with your heart. But if you spill this, you don't get the stains that you get with the darker pomegranate. So that's one really big plus, especially if you're someone as clumsy as I am. Anyway, let's go ahead and taste it again. That is really good. And I've got to tell you that you do not need to add any sugars, any sweeteners to this. It has its own natural sweetener built in. It has everything built into it. It's a little bit tart and it's sweet at the same time. It tastes really good. This actually tastes a little bit like grapefruit. If you like grapefruit juice, it has a little bit of the taste and the characteristic of grapefruit juice without all that bitterness and sourness. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I also know that I need to get more pomegranate plants around our yard. That 1 plant is not enough. I really want to be able to have pomegranate all year round, like the pineapples that we're putting around the yard right now. Those pineapple plants are being propagated everywhere because I love pineapples too. Oh, there you go. Pineapple pomegranate, or calamansi pineapple pomegranate. CPP. Calamansi pineapple. Yeah, that's right. I had to think about that for a second. Maybe this will help me with my memory and my brain logic. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on that little subscription button in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed. And if you ring that little bell there, you will get a notification each time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the sunny and sometimes rainy Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.